Why you want to make all the other 17-year-old look bad? When 17-year-old, we wanted to go party. Why you go Forex and make us look bad?
I mean, there is actually a good story on that.
Okay, faster tell.
Hi, welcome everybody to GMT8. Today we have Dickson Pua from Strive.
Yes, hi. Pleasure to meet all of you. Happy to be here.
Are you sure not?
A little bit nervous, but happy.
JJ was a bit shocked when he realized how young or how old Dickson is.
So Dickson has a lot of stories. The best explanation is speaking to someone says, Dickson, when he was 17, he went into Forex. Why you want to make all the other 17-year-old look bad? When 17-year-old, we wanted to go party. Why you go Forex and make us look bad?
I mean, there is actually a good story on that.
Okay, faster tell.
So I mean, back when I was 17, it was exactly at 2012.
Right.
But a few years before that, there was a financial crisis.
Correct.
So my dad was affected. So a short story about that is, my family had to downsize from a double-story house into my grandma's home.
Right.
So it was a very big shift for me. Because the only thing that I knew about it was basically I had to share a room where 6 of us, my family members, cramped into one room, and my grandparents had to share with the relatives in another room. So in my context, it was, I was living comfortably. Next thing I know, I'm in a room with my whole family. Not that I don't like it. I love it. But it's just the sudden realization that, oh wow, this kind of thing could actually happen. So, when it was 17 years old, I started to look out, what can I do something about this to actually prevent this happening again.
Suddenly I feel bad asking that question.
Wow, what a way to start.
What a way to start.
JJ.
Okay. So this is a good son. Okay. Good son story. I like it.
So through your experience, right? Journeying into Forex and trading in general, is not easy.
Nope.
Right? And how did you manage to pull through that journey?
So, I mean, it splits into a few stages, I would say. First, you know about it. When you know about it, you know about all the shiny, all the glittery stuff, how people can make money in a day. And then the next thing you know, they are driving a Porsche or a Ferrari. So I was slightly attracted to it, but I was grateful in some sense because my exposure to it was slightly different from others. I met a mentor of mine first.
Okay.
So a mentor of mine, which is Mario, and at that point in time, he was in the education phase. So I get engaged through education first, while knowing the industry is this shiny as well. So that was, I would say, quite different from many others. So when I get into the education side, I learn more about this space. I put myself into it. And it wasn't easy, like what Ching said. I had to go through the whole process of it, learning about it, and then made a lot of mistakes as well. And eventually, thank God, my mentor did pull me through to actually go through the whole process, and there was a lot of learning lessons from there as well.
Nice. No, that's a reoccurring theme for everyone that we've spoken to. Made a lot of mistakes, but pulled through. So, a lot of people are afraid of mistakes these days. So what's your take on mistakes?
I guess the school kind of formed us in some sense that, we cannot make mistakes because we will be graded very badly.
Correct.
Then our typical Asian parents would say, why you did not do better?
Yep.
So that kind of mindset was framed onto many of us, I would say, because of the structure.
Yeah.
But in some sense that, again, like I said, my exposure on the real world was slightly different from others. At 17, I was already traveling down to Singapore to actually learn about the industry, meeting different kind of people. So my exposure was widened up a lot more. So,
wow.
so I was basically exposed to the concept of, it's not about making mistakes, it's not about failure, it's about the ability to actually learn from the mistakes so that you can upskill yourself. Up-level yourself again.
Before you go there, I want to ask you, you trust 17-year-olds? No offense to 17-year-olds watching. Do you? I mean, who trusted you and why?
Okay, so the approach that I did was very, very different because of my past experience with what happened in my dad's journey and the downsides of it, all that. I wasn't shy to ask. Because I only have one thing which I want to actually outgrow myself and basically equip myself with skills and knowledge to prevent from that incident happening again. So I kind of dropped my ego, dropped my face, which at that point in time, there wasn't much anyway. So I just went ahead. It was a very interesting night itself. So we went out with, at that point in time, it was more of an acquaintance, which is my mentor. So at that time, we were on the way to one of the Singapore space to actually get some durian.
Okay.
Yep. For those who don't know what's durian, it's basically a very beautiful and smell amazing
Lovely.
food.
Lovely.
Yeah. So we were having our durian, we were enjoying it. Until when we wanted to depart from that place, we were in my mentor's car. That time wasn't a mentor yet. So I literally I can remember it vividly because it took me a while to speak up.
Right.
So I just asked this one question. I said, hey Mario, I'm grateful that I'm being exposed to all this, but I feel that I need a lot more help. Can I get you to be my mentor? I remember it very, very vividly because it took me a lot of courage to voice up, to speak up, to actually ask. To my surprise, he said yes. He said yes, and then the rest of it, yeah.
Wow. And how long was that journey for you before, you actually got it?
When you say got it, which part of it?
Okay, let's say in the trading part, right? You wanted to master Forex. How long was that journey before you was like, okay, you've got that consistency?
So in terms of the education side, I was very blessed because my mentor had actually walked through that path. He has kind of systemized the education process, what to know, what to not know, what are the technicals, what are the mindset portion. So that portion was very quick. And I would say, not to credit myself, but I pick up quite relatively fast. Yeah, so to me, the period was less than 1 to 3 months to actually learn about that technical skill itself.
Right.
Yeah, but the one that took the longer time was the experience. Because theory and also practical, it is two opposite things. You think you know about it, once you went into it, and it's like, oh no, it's a whole different thing. So that took me longer. So I believe the whole journey was close to 1 to 2 years with my mentor itself.
Right.
That's why at middle of the part, I said I need more help. Thus, I asked him to be my mentor, and yeah,
Fair enough.
he guided me.
And that part where you ask him, what was his answer?
He said yes.
Straight away,
To my
right?
surprise, he said yes.
No, don't be surprised. To everyone who's watching this who's worried about no, all right? Even though Mario said no to him, he wouldn't have lost anything.
Precisely.
He wouldn't have lost anything. He would have just lost a moment in time where he asked that question.
Yep.
That's all you lost. You wouldn't have lost anything. But look how much he's gained. So that's amazing. I like that. You know, you just opening your mouth and I'm just, hey, can I? Okay, so from that moment, I guess it moved fast forward.
It moved very fast.
Tell us about the whole movement.
The moment after I asked him to be my mentor, so he actually started to invest in myself, in me.
Wow.
Yeah, so when I mentioned about trips going down to Singapore, sometimes he would come me for that, to actually accommodations, transport and all that, because he wants to invest further into me.
Right.
Bringing me along to all the events or educations or trainings that he execute so that I can literally understudy him on the go. So we just in a very short period of time, we went through basically Southeast Asia, several countries to understudy him, to assist him. To others, it may seem like to be his assistant, but to me, I am very, very blessed. I get to be exposed by the ins and outs of the industries, how he execute it, how he secure certain deals, how he actually able to actually transfer certain knowledge to certain people at one go. So all that I get the behind the scene experience itself. So we went through that process was 1 to 2 years plus.
Right.
The whole process of literally learning, experiencing, which I made a lot of mistakes, which I got a lot of scolding from him as well. Because things are very straightforward. It's us that actually, okay, when I mention mistakes I'm going to put an example.
Yep.
Not example, it's a real life situation. So I made few trades. So when I made few trades, it is in a certain set of guidelines where, we need to set our stop loss, we need to trade certain percentage so that we don't burst our accounts. Well, at that point in time, I was making consistent, but something just asked me to do more.
Push a bit lah. Outside of the process.
Correct. Just go a bit beyond. So one thing led to another. That particular night itself, I still remember very clearly. I burst my account. And that account was about 5,000 USD. While I'm still in my 20, 18, 19 or 20. Yeah.
That's like I'm going to move back with my parents.
Correct. Precisely. So that happening is one incident by itself.
Right.
At that point in time, I already had my mentor, which was Mario. And the next incident was the toughest period for me because one, I had to acknowledge the mistake that I made. Two, I had to tell my mentor that I still did the same mistake. So I couldn't sleep that night. It was about 1 to 2 a.m. I just stayed up because I couldn't accept that I actually made such amateur mistake. So I actually stayed up the whole night. The next morning itself, because Mario is also from Singapore, so we are living in the same time zone, I just texted him, asked him for a call. We jumped on the call, told him what happened. The interesting part was he wasn't mad.
Right.
He wasn't angry. He literally just said, I couldn't recall specifically, but basically along the line of, well, you know, this is what was mentioned. You did outside of it. What did you learn out of it?
Wow.
What kind of emotion roller coaster, as we call it, that you went through? He wanted me to actually acknowledge the mistake and absorb as much learning from it. So it wasn't easy because financially I lost quite a huge sum. Emotionally, I kind of messed up my own psyche as well. So then after that, I went through a lot more following the process, understanding the rules of the games, following the set of technical skills that I was taught on, and not go beyond. Because when you have a fixed rule or when you have a fixed approach or technique, you are removing your emotion out of the space. And when you can remove your emotion out of the space, that's where things are able to move consistently. Yeah.
So how is it that what was the moment where it clicked for you, where it's like, oh, now I've actually got my emotions in order. No matter what, the greed comes in, is the hope is boleh lah comes in.
It's thankfully it's actually for that night itself.
Right.
Because at that night when it happened, a lot of things was boring in my mind. This amount of capital, I just lost it. It's not a small amount at that point in time for me. And then I had to acknowledge it, had to process it. The process part was the one that took the longest for me.
Yep.
But upon processing it, then I realized that it's actually not that difficult. It's us humans with emotions that we actually meddle with it. Go and try a bit more, push a bit more. And that's where I realized if you follow the process, it works. It's just that the emotion factor. Today, you want to make a bit more, try it. It worked. It worked, then you want to try more. So that's where the psyche part would mess you up.
That's where all problems start. Try a bit,
Precisely.
then it grows, and then it grows, and
Precisely.
then it messes up.
Yeah. So share with us your journey towards entrepreneurship. As we shared, right now you founded a company, called Strive, where it's a chatbot platform. Right. So share with us, from that point with your mentor Mario, and then how has that journey been towards entrepreneurship?
And add on to that, just to make me feel older and useless sometimes. So 17, and then the mentorship 20. Then this journey starts what age?
In terms of starting my company was when I was in my university time.
I waste my time, my life. I won't go already. What was I doing with my life, man? Okay, continue. Never mind.
Yeah. But everything ties back to the first incident,
Correct.
which was the financial crisis. That really, really affected me mentally, and also it left a very vivid mark in my progress of growth itself.
Right.
Yeah. So even when I was with my mentor itself, I learned a lot of stuff. I picked up a lot of stuff, but I got one not so good habit about myself. I get bored very easily. So when things gets repetitive, when there is nothing new, nothing exciting, I tend to kind of look out for something new, something fresh. They call it the shiny syndrome.
It's not a bad thing per se, because I have the same thing. But yeah, continue.
But when there's too much of, you look for constant excitement, you can't continue to build something to the end of it. So so that's something that I'm very conscious and very aware at this period of my time itself. So back to that period of my life. So I came across a chance where coincidentally my mentor Mario wanted to build an app.
Right.
So at that point in time, I just went with what Richard Branson say. Don't ask why, don't ask how, just take and go. money ma, right? So that's what I did. I called up my secondary school friend, which
Okay.
we were just friends.
Kinda know each other.
Kinda know each
thing.
other. We know we exist.
Wow.
I know he's very good at programming.
Right.
So I literally just asked him, bro, I have this project. It's about 5-figure plus. Just very simple stuff about revamping an app. You think you can do or not? He said, yeah, sure. He didn't even ask what is it. He just, yeah, sure. So next thing that we did was we straight away go to SSM and set up an enterprise company and then just run with it. Issue my first invoice and then we get the project started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Screw it, just do it.
Yeah. I mean, like, at what age was that?
To be honest, I believe
Rough.
it was in my university or foundation period. So should be 21, 21, around that age. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So given that the financial crisis was one of the most impactful moments in your life, could you run us through how was it like for yourself and for the family, right? Going through that period, how did all of you as a family get through?
Okay, so to answer that itself, it's to me there is good and bad. So I won't say bad lah. It was an experience that I went through. So the experience that I went through was very vividly was the downsides of the house itself. I had a bit of luxury back then. I have my own room, but when that happened, I had to pack up with my rest of families. But the good part itself was we went through the very, very close-knit family process. We became very close. We know what everyone is doing because the whole house, there's only one toilet. So we know who goes to the toilet, who actually had to wait and all that. So the family bonding was very, very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, the biggest diamonds that I took out of it was to be aware that we need to do something about our financial knowledge, our financial awareness, so that we can control the destiny that we want to go towards to. Yeah, so that was what was valuable to me.
No, the interesting part is this is like all superhero stories. All superheroes and villains have the same backstory. But there's one thing that makes them different, that one moved towards the light, one moves to the darkness. What made you move towards the light?
I would say this was thanks to my dad.
Right.
So although that happened, so he was an architect. So as an architect, was doing quite okay. Bought his own property, moved up from his mom's house, and then started to run the family and all that. But when that happened, he had to close his company. He had to literally move back to the old house. That was a very big thing, especially in the Chinese community itself. It's a very big phase that you had to swallow. He did that. No complaints. No. Didn't put up any negativity as if like this was the end of the life. So what he did next was he continued to look for opportunities, to look for a way out, to venture into different stuff. And he showed that tenacity, that courage and responsibility that it doesn't end there. And to be very frank, that actually inspired me.
Nice.
Yeah. So it showed me that although something bad happened to you, you would still have a chance to build back up. You still have a chance to come back up as well.
So technically, Mario, your second mentor, first mentor, dad.
Yeah.
To all dads out there, come on, we got this. Sorry. I took it away from the conversation. I just
Yeah.
Cool.
So did your siblings take it the same way as well?
To be honest, I didn't ask them that deeply. But they are aware. Yeah, my youngest did not experience that much because she was like very, very young back then. But my sister, they are aware because it's quite a big shift. Yeah.
Wow, that's you learn a lot. When I asked you that first question just now, I didn't expect to be having this conversation right now, bro. But it's cool, because you see sometimes, from facing outside, when someone says I've got my business at a young age, what's the first thought a lot of people say?
Father's money.
Correct. That's the thought of everybody. Father's money. This guy didn't have father's money, but he had a will and the guts to ask the right people and hang out with the right people and learn the right thing. So much kudos to you, man. Well done.
Thank you.
So let's get back to the business.
Yep.
You started it all.
Yep.
okay, before this you know Forex.
Yep.
Okay, good, you know Forex. But to start a business is a whole different
Yep.
knowledge set, bro.
Yep.
Where do you go to learn?
I guess like what Richard Branson said, right? Just do it first. So that's what I threw myself into it. No idea what company is, or no idea how to make my the company that no idea on how to set up a company. No
Right.
idea on I would actually need a company secretary. I actually need to file my taxes. How the whole invoicing thing works. No idea, but just figure it out along the way.
Wow. Okay, this guy is more daring than anyone I know. Okay.
I was grateful in some sense because at that point in time, my dad had a better comeback itself already.
Yep.
So I had nothing much to lose at that point in time. But I want to prove myself as well
Fair enough.
that I can do more than what I was blessed with. Yeah.
So this business you started is with a partner, which
yes,
is Mario.
correct. No, it's my secondary school friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the friend like, hello, want to build? Yeah, you build,
Correct.
that friend.
That friend.
Wow, you are the contradiction to a lot of things. People say, father's money, don't start a business with friends. You were just like, cannot. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Let me show you I can do it.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, so working with friends, what's that like? Or kind of friends?
It was at that point in time we were game friends. We played game while we were in secondary school, but it wasn't really close as well. Yeah.
So okay lah, not if break up not that bad lah.
Correct. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
So for the gamers out there, what kind of gaming?
We were playing Maple Story.
Okay.
Yeah,
RPG.
JJ probably don't know.
Yeah. I know God of War. Okay, old school PS1. Wow.
So how has the journey been for you?
It wasn't easy,
Right.
as everyone would say. But what came in was the first deal that was secured, which was from my mentor as well. So that came in, that actually gave us a 5-figure project, the first project that we ever had. First thing we did, we bought a Mac. Because we need equipment to actually do what we need to do. So half of the money actually goes into equipment.
Correct.
And then
Invest
the other
back in.
half, we didn't pay ourselves yet. We were just trying to make sure we can actually run a business. So we just went with it. He was still studying. I was also still studying as well. So we were just kind of doing it in a part-time manner. So one deal after another. So in the software space, upon developing, upon deployment, there is maintenance as well. Yeah. So we can, again, that was true exploration. There is this revenue that we can generate as well. So we went ahead with it. So we charge maintenance just so to maintain. That maintenance kind of be like our part-time money lah.
Right.
Yeah, wasn't much, but studying and you can still have that, I wouldn't complain lah.
Okay, you know what? We're going to find the secrets about how to work with kind of friend. Okay, how to build a business kind of friend, how they maintain the business to like structure it, so that you don't step each other's toes. We'll discuss that all next. All right, so just stay tuned.
Groove Asia, the world's #1 digital marketing software platform and fastest growing entrepreneurship community, is now free for life. Your complete digital products and services online sales system. All the tools you want to run your internet business. Everything you need to sell products and services online. No credit card, zero fees. It's just free. Discover the new better way to start an online business, build websites, and sell digital products. Create a full website with unlimited products and funnels, with free hosting, subdomain, and custom domain capability, and with more integrations so you can automate your business. It's truly the last online sales system you will ever need. Save thousands a month with free lifetime access to the top most powerful apps in the industry, including the #1 leading page and funnel building platform in the world, with thousands of brand new members making a switch over every single day. Plus, get free access to our private community, free live training, and free affiliate marketing business opportunity. Discover how to get started for free. Secure your free lifetime membership today and access your free software, training, and bonuses right now. Free for a limited time only at grooveasia.cn.
And welcome back. So, how you work with friends? Direct. No beating around the bush. How you work with friends?
Sorry, you say again?
How do you work with friends?
How do we work with friends? To be honest, at that point in time, it was through a split of luck, I would say.
Right.
He doesn't know much about business.
Right.
I barely know much about business, but I was out there already. So with a certain level of trust that we had, we just jump into it. You know, people don't say. People always say, don't 50-50 with your partner. That's what we did.
Right.
But to be very honest, he was the right partner. He's the opposite of the main stories that you would see: make money and then betray and then chow and all that. It didn't happen here.
Yeah.
But we have our own fair share of challenge because we are basically still studying, and he was highly skilled, especially in the software development space. So we faced a few big challenges, I would say. As we were getting more clients in the software development house that period, he was poached by not one, not two, but at least a few by big brands from Japan, from the Malaysia big MNC companies. So at that point in time, I had to ask myself, do I let him go and grow, or do I hold him back for my own selfishness because I need him more than he need me? So that was the questions that I faced.
Yep.
It took me a few nights to actually think about it, because if you don't let someone go and grow, then they will just be with you, and if it did not end up well, they will put the blame on you. So it was conscious to me to actually let him explore whatever he wanted to do with it. And because of that, that's where the trust factor actually increased. So many people ask, never work with friends. I would say it's probably because they have not went through a certain period where you can showcase yourself, not the selfish one.
Right.
That the other party know that you have the best interest of them.
Right. Okay.
So that's where I feel it didn't go very, very bad compared to many other people, but it was a very healthy partnership. We are very vocal, we are very open, we voice out whatever ideas, concept, issues, challenges that we have. We are very transparent. We know each other's situation, the finances, the revenues, the clients. We do things together. We also, the most important part is we are very clear of both of our goals, what we want to achieve out of this venture.
Yeah, and this is the power of playing games with your friends. Maple Story,
There's
RPG,
trust also.
teamwork.
There's trust also.
Precisely.
Yeah. So from there, share with us the journey of your current brand right now, which is Strive.
Thank you for that question. So we built Strive, which is basically your chatbot automation partner,
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
Because in this period of time, there is a lot of communication or conversations happening on a lot of platforms. Facebook, Messengers, Instagram DMs, WhatsApp. So our platforms are covering those channels itself to centralize in. With the power of chatbot, it can automate a lot of tasks. So that's where Strive plays a role in your business.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
But to get there, it was a very, very long journey as well. We shoot first, think later
Right.
kind of approach. We started off as a CRM because many companies need a CRM.
Yep.
So we saw few companies that actually trying to simplify certain things, and then we just copied them.
Okay.
Took inspiration basically. And then one thing led to another. It wasn't easy. It was a very red ocean. Then we pivoted into sales management. And then it wasn't easy as well. Then we pivoted again, and now we're going into the chatbot automation with all the other features that I've mentioned just now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So when it comes to making that decision to pivot, right? Because I mean, especially when you've already been building the momentum towards one direction, what made you all decide to pivot? Right. I mean, what is that deciding factor, tipping point where like, okay, we have to move?
It's actually not that difficult for that question. It's quite straightforward.
Yeah.
Are you making money or not? It's quite straightforward. When you go to a client or when you go to a prospect, when you share with them, if it takes you a lot of effort to explain, to convince, to even close the sale, then there's something probably not so right with the product or the target market. So when we went through that process itself, we realized every company needs a CRM.
Yep.
But they don't wake up saying that I need a CRM today. So that's where we realized that's not the best positioning. So then we actually pivoted into sales management. So sales management, same thing. Sales agencies, sales teams, they don't wake up and say, I need a sales system. So that's where we realized again, we had to move on.
Right.
So when we move on to this chatbot automation part, it is a bit eye-opener because people would need this kind of tool.
Yeah.
And they are looking for this kind of tool. So that's where we kind of realized that, this is our sweet spot right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so just in case for people who don't understand what you're talking about, don't give me the brochure answer.
Yep.
I want the easy
Yes,
JJ
straightforward.
old man don't know how to things going on answer.
Yep.
What do you do?
So we help companies to automate the messages that comes in. For instance, JJ, today you want a message Starbucks, for
Okay,
example,
okay.
and you want a cup of latte.
Okay.
The typical process is let's say you message to them on WhatsApp.
Correct.
Then there would have to be someone on Starbucks side to actually reply to you. Hi sir, what kind of drink you want? So then you will reply, I would like a cup of latte. Then they will reply, sure, grande or whichever size. So that process can actually be automated. You can set certain commands, set certain flows to actually understand what is being requested and reply based on that and summarize and process it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's interesting, that you entered into this space, right? And I think for people who are in the space, there are a lot of big names
Yes.
within the space, right?
Yes.
So how do you differentiate yourself from the big players in the market?
So recently we did had reflections with our clients and ourselves. How are we performing compared to others? So there are many major big brands, but what comes with these big brands is because they got so many clients, they can't really focus on individual needs of the company itself. So we kind of play the opposite direction. We don't want to go super mass because then it has to devalue certain areas. We go broad enough that we can provide, in some sense, personalized service.
Right.
We will understand your business and then understand further what kind of things can be automated so that we can help you to save time, save money, and improve efficiency. So that's where we are positioning ourselves as. We are not just a SaaS company. You come, you test out yourself, and then you subscribe. To be very frank, that model doesn't really work in Malaysia because we Malaysians, we have this one unique characteristics. We love the personal touch. We love
Malaysian
the
hospitality.
Yes.
Exactly. And it took me a while to accept that fact because I'm very looking towards the Western side.
Right,
But
right.
when I try to implement into Malaysia context, very difficult.
Yep.
You may set up certain automations that the client can reach out to you, but they just prefer to call you. They just prefer to WhatsApp directly to you. They just prefer to listen to your voice.
Correct.
So
correct.
when that's the situation, instead of going against it, I'm embracing it. Yeah, my whole team, we are embracing it. We want to provide the Malaysian hospitality. So when we did our recent reflections with our clients, they all rated 10 out of 10 for customer service, which something that is not easily sought after, especially with big brands out there.
Yeah. So one of the hot topics, of course, in the era that we're in is, of course, AI.
Yes.
So how is AI being introduced within your space?
So when it comes to chatbot automation, we have a few layer that I will call it. Simple one, let's say level 1 is basically you provide a certain keyword, like back to the Starbucks version. So JJ, you just put a keyword order.
Yeah.
Then there will be a certain predetermined flow that comes through.
Yeah.
So that's like very straightforward.
If then else.
If
lah.
then else, precisely. Then when it comes to level 2 or a level 3, that's where we can integrate with companies like OpenAI or ChatGPT to be able to understand the context of the thing that you're asking.
Right, okay.
For instance, instead of keying the keyword order, you just say I'm thirsty. That's where the ChatGPT integration can comes in and then, hey JJ, I saw that you are thirsty. May I present you with a choice of coffee, tea, or me? That kind of context.
I understand.
Yeah, so that's where we are exploring further. So we have seen several use cases. We are looking into appointments automations for you. So
Right,
for
okay,
companies like they run beautician clinics or medical clinics and all that they want to do automated reservations or automated appointment booking. That's where we are currently at Strive exploring further.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is in the process of being
Is
built.
it correct? Precisely.
Oh, another headache coming in. Well done. No, but
Embrace the headaches.
embrace the headaches and move forward with it.
Okay, I would say a lot of people think that it is a headache, but
Yep.
think about it. It's
Yep.
actually beneficial to the clients, to
Correct.
the customer, because you are getting instant reply. In the past, in order to secure an appointment, you will need to send a message. Is that slot free? Then that person have to reply, oh, that slot is not available. Are you available on the next Tuesday? That process may take up longer than expected.
Correct.
But if it's, let's say, an AI integrated, with a system that can track your availabilities immediately. When you ask a certain date, they can prompt you the available dates, and you can just say yes, 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 and that's secure.
When I say headache, it's not for clients, it's for you. Because more problems come in ahead.
True, but
I
they
mean,
always-
it's development. That's basically anybody who started a business or created anything new. It's the development stage where bugs come, fix
Yup.
the bugs, tweak it, make it improve. But yeah, wow.
But to that point itself, I'm actually very excited because, like I said, I'm someone that doesn't really work well with routine, mundaneness. So when I heard about all this kind of new stuff that's coming into it, while I can continue to build on a baby or product of mine, it's very exciting.
Yeah, you to see that growth and then you'll be
Correct.
like, oh wow, what's the new problem that you can solve
Precisely.
right here?
And when we get feedback from clients saying that, oh, Dickson, this is amazing, it actually helped to solve this. That's just cherry on the top.
Yeah.
So what is the bigger vision for Strive? What is Strive striving for?
So we had
Pardon the pun.
we had a few in the past, but we are now focusing on the bigger thing of skills, the bigger skills of things. So we are looking into automations at a higher degree. So automations, when it comes to that word itself, many people are still, what do you mean by automation? There are a lot of amazing tools out there
Right.
that does platform to platform integration.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is like what most people know. So chatbot automation is just one of it, but on our end, we want to automate to a higher degree. To be very frank, can't visualize or can't tell what is it specifically, but the angle will be, can you just wake up and then the system's done everything for you, and then all you need to do is just confirm.
Kind of like agent GPT,
Yes,
that kind of thing.
yes.
Oh,
But
interesting.
for businesses, because it has a better context of the company.
Right.
Yeah, so we want to be like their internal one that they
Okay,
can actually
okay.
operate on.
So upon the command of the founder, the CEO, it's like, boop,
Yep.
just a night's rest.
Yep.
Wake up, everything's done. Right?
So there's someone working for you constantly, lah.
Precisely, so that you can do even more meaningful stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or more holidays.
More holidays, precisely.
Depending on your preference.
Precisely,
We're not saying
precisely.
cannot. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So talking about meaningful stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I was like just looking through, researching a bit lah. Who is Dickson Pua? Right? I noticed that you just you got married back in 2020 or so.
Yeah, should be.
Should be.
Yeah.
Sure not.
Wife, I love you.
Okay.
Yes.
This coming from someone who's married a long time, never say should be. Just say yes.
Yes,
Ah.
yes.
Don't get into trouble, bro.
Correct. That's why when you ask a question, I know. Oh no.
Must edit this. Edit.
I did it.
I'm just joking.
Yes, recently got married.
Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Wow.
So,
Thank
you
you.
know, how is married life pre-pandemic? Pre-pandemic, you got married and then pandemic.
It was, to be honest, it was amazing and
Right.
also scary at the same time, because to me at that point in time when I thought about marriage, it's just me and my then fiance, then girlfriend, but it's actually unifying two families. That's where the fun and the scary part comes in.
Correct.
When you thought you have one dad, one mom, now you have two.
Yeah.
And you are dealing with two different families, but it's been amazing so far.
But you know the one that cements everything is kids, right? So the uncle got to ask the kids question.
Correct.
Yes, no, planning.
Planning.
No, good.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys who say go all out for it. Do everything you need to do until you're prepared, then have kids.
Yep.
And make it a conscious decision
Yep.
together, because it's a huge investment. It's
Agree.
the biggest investment you're going to make, even bigger than your company,
Agree.
your kids.
Agree.
So, yeah, wow, okay, cool. Good luck. I'm like so against it like that. I got two kids, just in case you're wondering.
I've gotten a lot of the good lucks from those who are there already. Yeah.
Especially when we got teens. So we're like a few more years, then they're out of here.
Yeah.
But okay, so currently your child is Strive.
Yes.
and Strive is now at what kind of age you think? Is Strive a teenager or still a toddler or what?
I would say at the cute stage right now.
At the cute stage.
Yeah.
Oh, Strive is still cute.
Okay, slightly older than cute lah.
Not yet teenager lah.
Can start talking a bit.
Can start talking
Yeah,
a bit.
can start-
Okay, when Strive turns 21, what do you want Strive to be? I know you said you have a big plan and all, but what do you wish people, when Strive is 21, they go, Strive, it is da 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 da. What's that?
I would say it would be a homegrown brand that is able to help companies to just achieve a greater outcome than without Strive. Yeah. Because to be honest, 20 years from now or 10 years from now, how would things turn?
Yeah.
I do not know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I can only predict the context of it, which is the existence of Strive has to help companies.
Could you share with us the origins of the name?
So we went through a lot of that's a very interesting question. So we went through a lot of iterations of the name itself. It started off as banana because apple.
Oh my god.
And then it
banana. Okay.
It went on to cucumber.
Okay.
But guys, don't get those names.
No.
Those names are just horrible.
Yeah.
Don't search it up as
And
well.
you can't
please.
get the domain.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So we went through those funny names. Then I just had the moment to just sit down and just think, what can be an everlasting name
Right.
that can carry meaning by itself, that is clear and transparent of who we are, who
Right.
me and my partner are back then. Because we don't stop, we keep on continue to improve, we keep on finding new things. We are literally like two person that just throw into the sea and trying to figure it out. So in order to figure it out, we have to continue to learn, continue to grow. So I went through a bit of Googling to find what can translate to that. So one of the word itself is Strive. So when Strive came in, the word came about, I started to tell my partner about this. Hey, let's go with this word called Strive. First thing is like, yeah.
Such a typical reaction. Yeah.
I got rejected by everyone. Even my teammate is like, yeah. So I'm like, huh? It's a bad name, man. So I had a lot of thinking but I just say, I don't care. Let's just go with that name. And then the logo is actually somewhat like a phoenix like that. A flying
Right.
eagle or flying phoenix. Depends how you want to interpret it. So just that it shows that we are continue to soar
Right.
and continue to strive, continue to improve. That's how the name came about.
Thank God it's not banana.
Thank God it's not banana. Like, it would be a disaster.
Can you imagine? Hi, here we have the founder of banana. Wouldn't be right.
Can you imagine the early interviews with Steve Jobs?
No, Apple is okay. Apple is not long. You know what I'm talking about, lah. Because the things he went banana then cucumber. I'm like, what's
I'm
the
starting
theme
to
here?
see yeah.
What's the pattern here?
Yup.
But cool. All right, dude. Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
There's a lot of people who wants to be entrepreneurs.
Yep.
A lot of people who wants to start businesses.
Yep.
A lot. What's your advice for someone who's just do first? Okay, that we cleared that already. Just do first. The Richard Branson, just take it and go. All right. But then what?
I would say, don't take my advice. Don't just do first. Okay, then I have reasons to support it.
Right.
So at that point in time, when I say just do first,
Yeah.
think later, it was because I do not know what I can do. I
Yeah.
do not know where I want to go towards to. I was blessed with opportunities with my mentor, but I wanted to do more, but I don't know what is it. So when the opportunity kind of knocks on my door, I just say yes. So that was my definition of just do it first. But if I'm in a shoe where right now, if I can go back 10 years or go back 5 years, would I take the same step? I may think twice. Why? Because at this stage of mine, I had to go through a lot of mistakes that I could have learned it elsewhere.
But the opportunity might not come again.
True. But I would be more prepared in sense that I would equip myself with the knowledge, the skill set, the market, because information right now is so vast.
Right.
And if you're trying to just go ahead with one idea, but you have nothing to support it, it's actually very costly. So if I can go back into my time, I want to venture into this industry. I will go into companies related to these industries to actually learn it on their dime.
Right. So in other words, like what you do in Mario first lah.
Precisely. instead of jumping it and then instead of jumping the gun and then straight away just do it. It was cool and fun, and you learn a lot. But can I make use of the time better? There is an option for that. Yeah.
Oh, so good advice. That's good advice.
Yeah.
That's
Because
good advice.
I'm blessed as well. I'm on certain mentoring group as well. So I always tell my mentee that right now you may not know what you want, but ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What do you like to do? What do you foresee yourself doing that you don't mind continuing the process? Then look for companies that is already doing that. Go and explore them. Go and learn, go and intern with them so that you know yourself if this works for you or not. If it works, perfect. You may got the best recommendations, you may got your best mentors from there. Then you upskill and then you continue the journey. If not, then you're learning on someone else's dime, but you get to know yourself better. Then you can jump to another ship very, very quickly.
Yeah, that definitely reminds me of Robert Kiyosaki. He always says, work to learn, not to earn.
Yes, precisely.
Very good, very good. Yeah, so it's great having you on our show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the founder of Banana Cucumber and now the rising phoenix, Strive. You can learn more about Strive and their chatbot automation platform at strive.asia. Thank you very much, Dickson.
Thank you, guys.
And
Pleasure.
how do people follow you on social media, just in case to find out your stories?
So my name is not difficult. If you know about Port Dickson, that's exact the Dickson itself.
Okay.
With my surname Pua, Pua.
So it's
Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can search me
just
over there.
can straight friend you lah.
Can, please do. I love to talk to you guys.
So new friend for you on Facebook and Instagram. So friend him now. Okay, but to everyone else, like Ching said, thank you so much for spending time with us. Thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you the next time.
Thank you.